everyone. Can you see me okay? I hate setting this live stream up. I can never figure it out. I don't know why it's so hard for me. Can you guys give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments that you can see me, you can hear me? I'm sure I'm not doing something right. Can you guys hear me at all? Okay, thanks, Gina. I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, I did it wrong again. I don't know why it is so hard for me with these live streams. Technology just isn't my friend. And I get so stressed out and whatnot right before these live streams. But thanks, guys, for coming in. Thanks for the thumbs up, letting me know you can hear me. I'm sorry, my lighting is off in my office, so I need to probably invest in some lighting or something in here. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I was stressed that I wasn't going to make it on time. I called myself trying to cook last minute. As you guys know, I'm heading to New Orleans tomorrow. And so I figured I would give the family a nice meal before. But guys, if you could smell me, I smell like smoked chicken and ribs right now. So thank goodness we don't have smell-o-vision or anything because, yeah, it smells smoky in my office. So let's see. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who we have here. House of X, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, guys, after this live stream, House of X is going live with Edna's World and Life with V. And they're going to be talking about first-time cruisers and what to know being a first-time cruiser. So this live stream, we'll talk more about our Alaska cruise, as well as talk about if you guys have any general questions about cruising. But definitely go over there because they're going to talk, if you've never cruised before, they're going to give you some good information. I believe they're all getting ready for Edna's groupcation next month. And House of X, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first cruise, right? So they're going to give you guys some good information in House of V and Edna's World. All right. Hi, Jiskaya. Thanks for stopping in. We've been just kind of in and out of different things today. I was on CJ's premiere for his Shein. You say it's Shein or Shein, his haul. I need to probably start shopping there for the boys, but they have some really good deals. Let's see. Hi, C-Cats. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. We tripping. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in and thanks for sharing that video. And I did just see that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, well, I have you guys on here. As you know, we are still on the road to 5K. We are about 200 subscribers away from 5,000. My goal was to get to 5,000 before my birthday, which was last week. Didn't happen. That's all good. We're steady, just rising, but we're trying to get to 5K. So if you could share this live stream out, share this video out, I would really appreciate it. So we can get to 5K. All right. All right, guys. And those of you who do live streams like Kaya, I know you have your live streams regularly. I'm trying to figure this out because I'm reading comments on YouTube. I'm reading comments on StreamYard. I want to make sure I touch on everyone. So we have C-Cats. Thanks, Gina, for stopping. If you guys don't know, Regina is my sister, and she was on the Alaskan cruise with us. Is it Janny? Thanks for stopping in and let me know that I'm good. I appreciate that. Charlene, thanks. I saw you earlier. I appreciate that super chat from earlier. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. So Charlene, Mika 1614, thanks for stopping by. Yes, New Orleans. So excited for that. New Orleans is one of my favorite places. If I were to relocate down south, I would probably move closer to New Orleans. Probably not New Orleans, but nearby. I've been to New Orleans probably close to a dozen times, and it's one of my favorite places. So I'm excited to be able to spend a couple days there before going on our cruise. We're cruising Carnival Valor. And this is a girls' cruise. Unfortunately, my sister's not going to be able to make it, but my other sister, Cheryl, if you guys did not watch the Mardi Gras series, my sister Cheryl and my nephew Jordan, they were on with us. So she'll be there, my sister-in-law, and then her friend and cousin. So we're excited for this trip. Let's see, House of X, I've already greeted you. Thanks again for stopping in. Anthony, thank you. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so let's see, let me go to my StreamYard, make sure I got all these comments. Hi, Mrs. L. Lewis. Thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate that. And she's saying good evening to everyone. Looks like we tripping. I don't know why it's on both screens. I'll have to figure this out. Somebody might have to do a Zoom call to figure out all this technology, but I see all these comments. Thanks, Kaya. Kaya said just hit the like button. So if you're in here, please give this video a thumbs up. That way we can spread this across YouTube. Sid Cruiser's here. Thanks for coming in, Sid Cruiser. Let's see. And Kaya says, I will be live next. Yes, that's right. Kaya does go live on Friday. Kaya, I'm sorry. I totally earlier, if you guys weren't part of Kaya's premiere, I scheduled my premiere. I wasn't planning on doing the Splendor series. I wasn't going to kick it off today with Embarkation, but I figured, I had some time. I probably won't have a whole lot of time once I get on the cruise. So I figured I'd go ahead and start releasing those vlogs. And I set my premiere for 2:30. And then at 2 o'clock, YouTube gives you that 30-minute reminder. I had already set the notification for her son CJ's premiere. So I went in and changed mine. So if you missed it 2:30, it actually happened at 3. So I changed the time. And yes, Kai, I know you go live every Friday. I forgot what day it is, honestly. Like, we've been gone so much, I can't keep track of the days. But yes, Kaya is going live as well. She does her Friday live stream every Friday at 8, or well, it's 8 p.m. Eastern. You're not Eastern, right, Kaya? But yeah, so just saying hello. I'm just making sure I touch everyone that's come in. If I somehow, hi, Nat Wash, thanks for joining in. If I somehow missed you, please feel free to comment. Again, I'm reading from 2 different screens. But yeah, so I hope everyone's having or has had a great week. It is Friday. I hope you guys have some special plans for the weekend. You see Ron just popped in. So he's sitting off in the corner right now. I was going to do a live stream with the whole family, but if you guys saw the one that we did before, the kids just I feel like they get too long for them. So they'll be on another live stream here soon, but we'll have to make sure they have like a quick 15, 20-minute segment and then they can go because they get kind of antsy. So let's see here. I want to make sure I'm getting all these comments. Thanks, Just Kaya. So yeah, if you didn't see the Splendor series, I did release that out today. So that's Embarkation. So it'll be part 2. Part 2 will air tomorrow at some point, probably around 11, 12 o'clock, that one. It won't be a premiere. It'll just go on YouTube. And let's see here. All right, so just a couple of things. I wanted to share and elaborate a little bit more on the Disney vlogs because I've gotten some questions about that. So if you are new to our channel, first off, welcome. Those of you who've been part of our channel, thanks for coming back and thanks for all of your support. We appreciate all the continued support. But if you are new, we recently, myself and the 3 kids, we went on our very first Disney cruise. It was Disney Dream. And so yeah, we were on Disney Dream and got home after, a 4-night cruise. And I was so anxious, so eager to start editing. And the very first SD card that I put in, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I see everything, couldn't hear it. So I thought maybe it was my computer, rebooted, did all this and that. Long story short, there's no audio. So, and it's not the whole series, it's really the embarkation part, which I find to be very important. If you're a new cruiser, that embarkation usually gives you a quick tour, some information, things like that. Hi, Together We Travel, thanks for stopping in. So yeah, so there was no audio there. And so I contacted GoPro to find out what's going on. Well, after going back and forth with GoPro through their chat and calling them, they said that there was some sort of bug with the GoPro 9 and that this is a known issue. And they did not think that I would be able to recover the audio. So I have the footage, just not the audio. And again, it's probably just the first half day and a little bit of the second day. So when I return from New Orleans, my plan is it's going to look different than my current vlog. So if I do like a day-to-day vlog, it won't be like that. I'll probably have to do some voiceover, but I definitely want to get those vlogs out. So they will be out. And the good news is that it wasn't all of the vlogs. It was really just that first, the half day of embarkation, and then part of the second day. But I'll do some voiceovers, maybe put some music on there. It'll be a lot quicker. It'll look a little bit different, but I do have like Disney Castaway Cay, their private island. That footage is good to go. So I'm gonna have, it's just gonna look different. But the Disney vlogs will come out after Alaska. Now Alaska's probably going to be probably 8 to 10 parts. It was a 7-day cruise, so we have a lot of content. So I'm guessing probably by mid-August, then the Disney vlogs will start rolling out. Let's see, make sure I'm reading all the comments. Let's see. Yeah, Mika just asked, did we get a chance to fix the audio? No. I'm really hoping that maybe I just come home from my New Orleans trip and it's just going to work, but I don't think it's going to happen. So right now I'm in the process of upgrading my GoPro from the 9 to the 10. GoPro was going to send me a replacement, but I'm like, if this is a known issue and it's going to continue to happen, right now it's probably a good chance just to go ahead and upgrade to the 10. So that is my plan. And I do prefer to vlog from my GoPro. I'm real comfortable with it. When you're watching the Splendor vlog, you'll notice that I don't know where to look on my phone. So you'll see sometimes where I'll be looking over here and then my eyes will adjust to, because I'm still not set in like where I need to look on my phone. So, I mean, my phone takes great. I have the iPhone 13, so it takes great video, but I don't feel comfortable using it as much as my GoPro. So I'm gonna, we'll have to figure that out. All right. We tripping. All my clothes on my cruises are from Shein and Boohoo Man. I've never heard of Boohoo Man. I'm gonna have to write that down. But yeah, I was looking at some of CJ's clothes. And I'm like, yeah, I think the boys will love some of those things. So we'll have to check it out. Yeah, very cheap. Yeah, they have cheap clothes, but they're stylish. I mean, I find some really cute things. And what I love about it is that they have plus size. It's hard to find plus size clothing sometimes, especially cute clothing. We have House of Extra speaking, Regina speaking. Let's see. Anthony, I'm still laughing about the sobbing sister statement. So yeah, if you saw that little clip of us at the, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Space Needle. I made a comment to my nephew about calling us sobbing sisters. That was a flashback from almost exactly a year ago. We were in St. Thomas and we went up Paradise Point, and it was probably one of the worst experiences. We both were crying because it was like, it's almost like you're on this cable, a very thin cable, and it was shaking and rattling and just the heights and everything. So yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking. Now we went to the top and we had, what's it called, mudslides or some sort of drink, and that calmed us to get back down. Let's see, looking at some other comments over here. Just Kaya said, I'm ready to see the Disney vlogs. Sig Cruiser, the embarkation vlogs are always the best. Yeah, I see that if you look at our history, our embarkation vlogs tend to do better than all of the other ones. So I was like, oh man, I felt like Disney was going to do pretty well, and now it's going to look totally different. So Kaya says, I will see how we can all be in the same chat. Yeah, I don't know why there's 2 different chats going on. This is all new to me. See, I'm trying to, with the StreamYard, I'm ready for this. So I will see how we can all be the same. Me either. I'm never consistent in where I look. Yeah, the phone is kind of tough to do. Sig Cruiser said she just ordered her first sample pieces from Shein. And you guys tell me, is it Shein or is it Shein? I hear it pronounced differently all over the place. Mika says she shops there as well. And Kaya, I can make you a moderator if you tell me how to do it. You could be a moderator if you like. Just tell me how to put in the comments how I can make that happen. I don't know how to do any of that. All right. So yeah, devastated about the Disney. Yeah, I was really upset because I was so excited for that series. Let's see. GoPro 10 is super nice, but you may want to wait on GoPro 11. It's supposed to be coming out soon. Then you can compare the 2 before you make a purchase. That's probably a good idea. I guess I just thought GoPro 10 just came out not too long ago, but they just make these updates all the time. So, yeah, I'll definitely consider that. I know that they were going to do a swap with me, and I was going to try to do the swap for the GoPro 10 and just pay the difference. But yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll look at that. All right, it says click the 3 dots by my name, and it's there. Let's see. It says put user in timeout. I don't think that's right. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to find. Yeah, Kaya, for whatever reason, yours is popping up on StreamYard. And when I click on StreamYard, it's saying put you in timeout or block user. So if you can comment on YouTube, then I can do that. Hi, Jeffrey's Angel. How are you doing this evening? Thanks for stopping in. And Jeffrey's Angel, you were on, oh my gosh, you were on Parker's on the Go last night. So guys, be sure to check that out. She did an interview with Parker's on the Go. So let's see. No, you have to do it from YouTube. Yeah, so Kaya, I'm not showing you popping up on my YouTube chat, but you're on the other chat. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I would appreciate it, Kaya, in the future if you want to be a moderator. That would be awesome. And I could share that with you and I could be your moderator. Let's see, make sure I got all the comments. So yeah, so I just wanted to stop in today. We don't do many live streams, but I've had a few to ask me when's our next live stream. So I guess I'll go live before we go to New Orleans. I leave tomorrow and won't be back until next Sunday, I believe. And then guys, guess what? I go back to work. So I'm like, oh gosh. So if you don't know, I am a school administrator during the school year. And so my first day back to work is August 1st. So I won't have as much free time on YouTube. I'll still be cruising. I'll still be posting vlogs. I actually have my first solo cruise already scheduled for Labor Day weekend. So the vlogs will still continue. I just won't be as active as I've been because I'll be going back to work. I'm excited to see my students and teachers. But you know, it's always hard to go back to work after being off for so long. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of share in general about our Alaska cruise. I just want to say, if you guys are Miss L. Lewis, I'm definitely not seeing all the comments. Yeah, guys, I do apologize. I don't know why I'm in both different spots, if that's how it should be or not. I'm not sure. So I do apologize. I'll have to get better at this. Let's see. All right. And thanks for stopping by. Life with V. So guys, like I said, Life with V is going live with Edna's World and House of X right after this live stream. So I will finish up right at 8 or a little before. That way you guys can follow along with me over there. If you're free tonight and you want to, get some good cruise information for first-time cruisers, or it doesn't even have to be first-time cruisers, because I find like even being a pretty seasoned cruiser, like I always learn something new. So definitely stop in. Look, that's my husband talking. Do you miss your husband when you travel? Of course I do. He seems to be very understanding. My husband, who's sitting right over there, chooses to work all the time. So, he could vacation more and take off more, but he chooses not to. So yeah, I do miss him, but I'm not going to stop traveling because he doesn't want to take off. Yes, Kaya, I can see you now. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know. So add moderator. I just did it. Awesome. Thank you so much. So yeah, so Alaska, if you have been debating Alaska, just do it. I mean, it was, to date, it's the best cruise that I've been on. Now, I've said this, if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, that this was our least favorite ship, but it was our most favorite cruise. So it was just, the whole experience in Seattle and then going to Alaska, seeing the constant views. It was really breathtaking. So first, let me just talk about Seattle. If you guys have any specific questions, you can feel free to ask here. Elif McKinley said, yes, love to get all the information. Always something new to learn. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, TP. I see that you joined in. Sorry, your chat is on the other screen too. I don't know why. Sig Cruiser. Yes, Sig. I think I'm definitely going to have to message you about this solo cruise because it'll be my very first one. I cruise without my husband and kids, but usually I'm with my sister or someone else, but this will be my first solo cruise. Nat Wash, Ron is hilarious, talking about himself in third person, right? Yeah, he's hilarious. It will take you to there. Mrs. L. Lewis, I'm definitely debating due to the weather. Now, what I've heard and why we planned ours for July was that July was the best time to cruise. One, because of the humpback whales, the way the whales migrate during that time. And they said that it gives you the warmest weather. And honestly, like when we were in Seattle for embarkation, when I mentioned on today's vlog that It was steamy on the Lido deck. It was hot. It was hot in Seattle. Was about 85. It's about 85 degrees in Seattle when we left. The kids were able to get on the pool, the water park, and all of that. Let's see. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Tripping with Dre, Michelle. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, it was really, really, really hot. So we went into this having done a lot of research, and you probably saw a post where I said I was cold. We had like heavy hoodies. We didn't pack big coats or anything because we were trying to limit luggage. We each packed one carry-on worth of things. So we kind of, some of the vlogs I had recently seen with people having cruised to Alaska in June and July, I was like, I don't think we're going to need these heavy coats. And we really didn't. It was cold when we first left port. Like that first day, it was cold. And that was just because of the wind. Like the high was probably like mid 60s. The low was 50, but it was cold because of the wind. So really, thanks, Kaya. Thanks for doing that. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, so the weather was really nice. We didn't get any rain. We got rain actually. Which port was it? The last port we were in, I think, Ketchikan. Right at the very end, we got a little bit of rain, but pretty much we had no rain. Now there wasn't a whole lot of sun, but there wasn't any rain. And the temperatures were between like low 50s and 70s. So really, if you're going to cruise and you're concerned with the weather, July is probably a good time to go. But I did hear that July has the most rain too. So we just kind of lucked up with the weather. Oh, my husband was like, he wanted me to explain to you guys why we only did carry on. Yeah, if you guys have been cruising or flying lately, there's been a lot of cancellations and things. So we were really concerned about, having a layover somewhere or flights getting canceled and our checked bags being lost somewhere. That's been like horror stories I've been seeing all over the place. So we decided to do the carry-ons. That way we had our luggage with us. There was no chance of that. And then not to have to pay all those extra baggage fees and things. So that's why we cruised that way to Alaska. And we did wash on the ship. So we packed, so you'll probably see repeat clothes because we went the cheapest way that we could. And we washed clothes like midway through the cruise to wear and repeat. Oh yeah, because we had our carry-on, we were able to, we were able to fly standby. Was it coming back home or going there? Going there, we had like a 4 or 5 hour layover. I forgot where, but because we had our luggage, we were able to fly standby because another flight had canceled, which caused a trickle-down effect. So there was a plane that was flying to Seattle that was pretty empty. So they said they took like 61 guests who were flying standby. So it worked out because if we had checked our bags, they would not have allowed us to fly standby. So that worked out. Let's see. Yes, Kaya, we can see you. We have Jeffrey's Angel, Life of Thee. Let's see, I want to make sure. Welcome back to the boot. Yes, I love Louisiana. I'm just going back, make sure I don't miss any comments. Seattle looks very inviting. Now, Seattle was beautiful, but Seattle was expensive. I did not do my research well on that. Seattle was very expensive. Now, originally we were supposed to spend 3 to 4 days there before the cruise, and I'm glad that we changed. My sister actually stayed 3 full days before the cruise. We went 2. The cost was like out of this world. Like just even going to McDonald's, it was almost double the price of what we would regularly pay. And I thought it was just being downtown because I stayed in downtown Seattle. My sister stayed closer to the airport. But no, she said, and Regina, she's there, so you can put in the comments, like she ordered pizzas, like 2 pizzas for her and her kids, and it wound up being like $50. So it was really expensive, but the views are beautiful there. Now there is an area of the town, and I didn't realize this till after the fact. My husband kind of gave me some information. If you guys are familiar with Skid Row, come to find out, Seattle was the original Skid Row. And so there's a block in downtown Seattle where there's a lot of homeless, a lot of drunks, and a lot of people that are, on drugs. And I wasn't prepared for that because I didn't do my research and I didn't see any other vlogs that talked about that, or, I just didn't see that. And where we stayed probably 2 blocks from that area. So anytime like we went to Pike's Market, what's it called? Pike's Peak Market, we went there, and every time we had to go through that block. And, you know, it was an experience for the kids. I mean, they've seen people drunk, but it was a different level. Like, it was like homeless. They were just laid out. And of course, I didn't video or take pictures. I would never do that. So you won't see that in the vlog, but just know if you go, like they were just like sprawled out in the middle of the sidewalk. They were some that were kind of hunched over. You could tell they were on drugs. So it was kind of a sad scene. But, you know, we just told the kids, hey, you know, you just keep looking straight. You don't give eye contact. You know, make sure your phones and everything, your valuables are tucked away. Don't pull anything out. You know, but don't look, stare, laugh, any of that stuff. So that was something that I wasn't expecting. So yes, it looks beautiful. It is beautiful, but there is that block, and I don't know the streets, but there's a block where it was kind of rough. And there was a lot of police presence the entire time. So, you know, things happen in that area because security was out in like every corner, police, they were out. And like the McDonald's we went to, they said that they don't allow anyone in. And I think it's because of the amount of crime and the amount of, you know, homeless there and things like that. So if you haven't been to Seattle, just know that if you're staying in downtown Seattle. But kind of where our hotel was, we had no issues at all. It was just that it's just strange that it's only that one block. It's more people in the chat on this one. Yeah, I think so. All right, let me see. I want to make sure I'm getting all these comments. You can't hear me? No. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. So yeah, 2 pizzas for $50. It was crazy. So like even when we went to Pike Market, you guys saw on the vlog. Well, did you see it on this vlog? You did. You saw it on one of the pre-cruise vlogs where we went. There was a meat market, and he had like these huge hunks of cheese for $2 and pepperoni sticks. So we were there, we got like 3 or 4 of those, and we were just each biting off of it. So we were like trying to stretch our dollars. It was pretty intense. So yeah, if we go back, if we cruise, we will cruise again. We probably won't stay in Seattle. We'll probably stay somewhere nearby, or we'll just stay the night over and then get on the cruise. Hold on, let me go back. I plan to go to Alaska in July 2024 for my birthday. Is Carnival a good Alaska cruise? You know, I'm all for Carnival. Carnival is one of my favorite cruise lines, but I would say I've heard better things from Norwegian and Princess Cruises for Alaska. So when we cruise Alaska again, we'll be going that route. Carnival wasn't bad. I mean, I love the ports. The ports, that was probably the best part. But the ship that we were on, I felt like it wasn't really accommodating for the weather. So for instance, the Serenity deck was on deck 9, and they had the Lido deck that was enclosed. So yeah, you had the one pool there, and they had 2 jacuzzis that you could get in. But there's other ships, like I'm thinking, we were originally going to Alaska on the Quantum of the Seas on Royal Caribbean, but because of COVID, we had some lifts and shifts, and then they stopped lifting and shifting, and then it was like double the price, so we canceled, and that's why we stuck with Carnival for this one. But like that ship, pretty much everything was enclosed, water slides, all of that. And so I would say go for a ship that has more space enclosed. That way you can still enjoy all of the different amenities of the ship. Carnival wasn't bad, but it was a different experience. Also, there's a naturalist on board, and that was one of the things that I was most excited for, is that I heard about, you know, for Alaska, there's naturalists on board that they do seminars, they get on the loudspeaker and talk about, you know, different wildlife and things, and I felt like ours just didn't do enough of that compared to other vlogs and things that I've seen and heard about. So again, I've heard that Norwegian and Princess Cruises, they do it best. So that's probably who we would pick next time. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Yeah, guys, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. We tripping. I really want to join the group cruise, the group celebration cruise or the Sunrise. Yeah, guys, if you're interested in the group cruise, you can just, I think I have the link in the description, so you can click there, fill out a quote form. I had a few come in today, but I haven't had a chance to get those out. But yeah, if you want to join us, feel free to join us. We're going to have a great time regardless. But yeah, if you want to join us on a cruise next summer, that would be great. We're going to be cruising next summer, just like we did this summer. But I had some ask, you know, would you ever consider doing a group cruise? I'm like, well, you know what, let's go ahead and plan it. So Carnival Sunrise, that's going to be May 29th through June 3rd. And then the brand new Carnival Celebration will be June 4th through June 11th, and then we have other cruises after that. So yeah, if you want to join us for one of those cruises, definitely feel free to. And once I get our schedule complete for next summer, I'll share that out. So if you don't want to join a group cruise, but you see something else that works for you, definitely feel free to join us. We don't mind. Let's see. Just reading through the comments. Let me see. What are some must-pack things for Alaska? So one of the things that I pack, or that we packed, that I'm so thankful that we did, and I did it last minute. And I'll be honest, guys, we're pretty frugal. It might not look like that because we cruise a lot, but we're pretty frugal when we do. Is I bought binoculars, and initially when I bought the binoculars a few days before the cruise because I was debating whether I was going to buy them. They didn't cost a whole lot, but I told my husband, I'm like, well, I'm returning these after the cruise. And now I was just so excited that, we were able to use them. We use them almost every day, and we saw great things that I think I'm going to keep them and just put them away until our next Alaskan cruise, because there will be another one. So definitely binoculars. Rain jacket is a must. Thankfully, we had ours ready to go, but it never rained. So rain jacket. Definitely like 2 pairs of shoes or boots that are waterproof, because if you have sneakers or whatever and you get in a downpour, or there were some spots that were kind of like dusty or muddy, you can change out shoes. What else? What else for Alaska? Extra socks, of course. My husband's given the basics. He said socks, pants, shirt. Yeah. I would say anything that you can layer, because we found ourselves starting off the morning, it's a little chilly, so we had on layers, and then by midday, it's like, oh, it's hot. So like I said, we had thick hoodies, and that worked for us. We wore long sleeves and then the hoodies, and that was perfect for July. Now for like April, it's probably a lot colder. You're probably going to need a winter coat and gloves and hats. We did not need gloves or hats or anything like that. One other thing that you need to be prepared for cruising to Alaska is once you leave the port of Seattle, that first day and a half was rocky. It was, my husband got sick. So I'm never affected by motion, but it was pretty bad. And once you got into the, oh gosh, what is it called? I wasn't sick. Oh, he was sick. Sorry, I'm talking to him on the side. Oh my gosh. But once you pulled into that, I can't think of what it's called. The, oh my gosh, train of thought. You guys know what I'm talking about, where you see all the beautiful views and you have the mountains. Once you get to that area, it'll come to me in a second. It was like smooth sailing. It was like no bumps, nothing, no wind. It was perfect. But that first day and a half, plan on it being rocky. So definitely pack open. I'm sorry, my husband's saying because we were in open seas, that's why it was rocky. But definitely pack motion sickness meds, or wear a patch or anything, something like that, because it was pretty rocky. And I'm never affected by motion sickness, and that kind of started getting to me. I didn't get sick or anything, but it was pretty bad. Let's see. Just Kaya, I understand I want to do nothing but a direct flight right now. Yeah, I would recommend, if you can do direct flights, do direct flights. We've had some delays, and of course, you guys saw our initial Disney cruise. We had a cancellation after we got on the plane. So yeah, definitely try to fly direct if you can. If not, do a carry-on. I plan to go to Alaska. Hold on, I already read that one. What was your favorite port? Seacats asked, what is your favorite port in Alaska? I'm going to say, so we went to Icy Strait Point, which it looks like they just built up that area, and they have some restaurants and shops right there in port, but there's really nothing else there. So you do a lot of whale watching and different like hiking, and they have like a zip line and things there at Icy Strait. Then we went to, where did we go? Ketchikan. We went to Juneau. So Juneau, we went to Mendenhall Glacier. There's a lot to do in Juneau. So it was recommended, actually our cruise director recommended, anytime you have Icy Strait Point, or they call it Huna, if you have that on an itinerary with Juneau, he recommends to always do whale watching in Icy Strait, because there's not a whole lot to do there. Whereas Juneau, there's a lot to do in the port, or right there in the town, and there's a lot more excursions. So I would say my favorite port actually was Ketchikan. We went someplace else. Where else did we go? Okay. Yeah, they all were good, but they were all great ports. They each offered something new, but I would say the port that I liked the most was probably, I feel like Ketchikan. I feel like Ketchikan had a lot to do there. We did the lumberjack show there, which I thought was going to be kind of cheesy, but it was really fun. That town is really built up, so there's a lot to see, a lot to do there. But we really enjoyed the whale watching. That was our first time whale watching, and that was really nice. So I really can't say which one was my favorite. They all kind of, they all were really nice. Oh, we went through. Where did we go? Oh my gosh. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, my husband's going to show you the log that Joe Marie got. So on one of the upcoming vlogs, you'll see the lumberjack show, or part of it, because you really weren't supposed to film, but I have a few pictures and things. But they were chopping wood, and then one chopped this chair here, and they kind of asked, who can fit in this chair? And of course, Joe Marie, they came over and she went on stage for a second, and my husband packed this. I don't know how he got it into our carry-on, but he did it. And I guess he's going to make it so that there's no splinters or anything there. so yeah, so there really wasn't, where did we go, babe? Where we did the glacier. Oh my gosh. Oh, Tracy Arm Fjord. So Tracy Arm Fjord was really nice. Now that is not an actual port, and a lot of people are confused by that. So anything like if your itinerary says like Tracy Arm Fjord, there's a couple others. That is not a stopping point. So you will not get off the ship at that point. It is just the area that you go through. And so for Tracy Arm, we did a special excursion. My sister went with us. It was just us adults because we didn't think the kids would appreciate it, and we're glad we didn't because it was pretty pricey. But you went onto a smaller ship or smaller boat that I think carried about 100 people, if that. It probably wasn't 100 people, maybe 50 people. And you went through the fjord where the mountains are. You had waterfalls, the glacier. It was really beautiful. That was probably my favorite thing that we did on the cruise, even besides the whale watching. That was really, really nice. So,
agreed.
Let's see.
There was a question there that talked about us taking public transportation from the airport to our hotel. We really enjoyed that because when you do that, you have the ability to see the city under a different set of eyes. And that was fun for the kids to see too.
Yeah, so definitely it was the light link rail in Seattle. It was really inexpensive, and it was a lot quicker than having to drive or Uber. And I think we paid like $16 for all of our tickets. And then the Uber was going to be almost $50, $60 because I priced the Uber just to compare. So definitely if you're going to the port or you're trying to get to downtown, definitely do that option. And then the monorail that's downtown, that was also inexpensive and it saved time. Let's see. I'm glad you talked about that. You were the first YouTuber that has went there that talked about that. So we were talking about the Skid Row area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's definitely something to check out. But like I said, you won't see that in any of my vlogs, or you won't see pictures of that. But yeah, it's definitely there. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to get through some of these comments. I'm so far behind.
Okay. On the Skid Row that we did, one of the things I wanted the kids to understand is they need to be mindful that everyone has different circumstances and life falls upon them differently. And we just have to make sure that they are conscious of that. Mm-hmm. Not to judge, it's just life.
Yeah, have awareness. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I see a few of you guys are just coming in. If I have not spoken to you, welcome. Thanks for stopping in this evening. We'll be wrapping up here right at 8 because there are a couple of other live streams going on. I try not to do a live stream when I know some of my fellow content creators are doing live streams. So just Kaya will be going live, and oh my gosh, losing my train of thought again. House of X, Life with V, and Edna's World, they're going live together. So I want to make sure I finish up here. So what was your favorite thing in Ketchikan? Ketchikan would have been the lumberjack show. That was really nice to see. Leonard Family Fun will be going on Norwegian Bliss for Alaska. Yeah, I'm hearing that Norwegian and Princess are the best for Alaska. So we're definitely going to get, not that Carnival is bad at all. But the thing with Carnival, most people cruise Carnival because they're fun. They're known as the fun ships, kind of like a party ship, but it's a lot of fun. This cruise was not the same. And I might have mentioned it in a post that I made on Facebook or Instagram, but I think because the the demographics or the clientele was a lot different than like when you cruise out of, let's say, New Orleans, or if you cruise out of Miami or Orlando. It was a lot different. It was a lot of middle-aged, older folks. And so like the music choices were different. We didn't hear any Bruno Mars. We didn't hear any, the Justin Timberlake songs that they play out all the time, or the wobble. I think they did it once the whole cruise. So it's none of that. I mean, there were a couple of deck parties that like, and I have a video of this. There was like one deck party, there were 5 of us on the dance floor. So it was a different vibe. And so for me, it felt a little bit slower than I would like with Carnival. So there were some days where it's like, okay, like what is there to do? And the cruise director was amazing, but the fun squad just wasn't. And I think they had to kind of match the tone of the majority of the clients there, or the cruisers there. And so that was a little different for me. And that might be the case with any other cruise line as well, going to Alaska, because of the demographics, the majority who are cruising to Alaska. But it was really different. And I think going into Carnival, knowing we love the fun that we have on Carnival, it was different for Alaska. Let me see, let me read through some of these comments. Going on to Liberty makes me grateful that they updated the Sunrise. Yeah, Sunrise is one of my favorite ships. I was not a big fan of the Liberty. I mean, it was a decent ship, but I like the Sunrise way better than the Liberty and the Conquest. And Sunrise is probably one of my favorite Carnival ships with the updates. Let's see, everyone's just speaking. Was it Icy Strait? Yeah, so we went to Icy Strait Point. That's where it's Icy Strait Point, Huna. We went there for whale watching, but it was Tracy Arm Fjord that we went through. Waters get choppy with change of weather. Did y'all do a train excursion? No, we didn't do a train excursion. That was just the public transportation through Seattle that we took. It said, wow, that chair didn't make the luggage overweight. It probably did, but they don't typically weigh well, I know some airlines like Spirit, you have to put it in the little basket. They didn't. Who did we fly with?
I'm not sure.
I don't even remember. I think Delta. They never weighed anything, and it worked. It actually worked because when we got to our gate, they were asking for volunteers to check bags because they knew they were going to run out of space. So we checked all of our bags there. We felt comfortable doing it that way because on our way home, we didn't have a layover. So we allowed them to check our bags at the gate. Yes, that's teaching a lesson in the words of life would be okay. I think I've caught up with all the comments. So yeah, so Alaska was definitely an adventure. It's something, hold on, I have other comments over here. Travels with Grace, welcome. It says, I'm super excited. I'm going to Alaska next July. Yeah, July. I think July is the perfect time to go to Alaska. I've seen other vlogs where it was like really, really cold. And we're from Ohio, so we usually we get cold weather, but I don't want to be on a cruise getting too much cold weather. Something else to mention, because this was a question that I see going around a lot. Do you need a balcony for Alaska? What do you think?
I think it was, we enjoyed having it. Since my wife don't tell me how much things cost, I probably don't know the difference, but if it was cheaper, I probably would go for one of the hidden balconies on the 6th floor, you said? So
that's the question is, do you have to have a balcony for Alaska? And the answer to that, and I'll be honest with you, is no. If you haven't started pricing for an Alaska cruise, or if you've already booked it, you probably noticed that an Alaska cruise is anywhere from double to triple the amount of an interior cabin if you book a balcony. So just keep that in mind, because Alaska is like a bucket list cruise. A lot of people go to Alaska, because it's on their bucket list. There's a lot to do, but the excursions in Alaska are expensive too. Pretty much all the excursions were, unless you're going to explore on your own, but people go to Alaska to go hiking, go hunting for bears, whale watching, that kind of thing. So if you're going to go, I would say save the money on the balcony and get an interior, and then use that money to pay for your excursions if money's tight. Like people take helicopters to get on the glaciers and different things like that. So you don't have to have a balcony. I would probably choose an interior over an ocean view, because I think once you see those views from your ocean view cabin, you're probably going to leave the cabin and want to go out to the open deck anyways. So I would go with an interior. And there are some ships, particularly, I'm speaking for Carnival, there are some ships, particularly the Splendor, I think Conquest, there are some ships that have like these secret decks that are on decks 6 and 7. So if you go all the way to the front of the ship on those decks, there's usually going to be some sort of side door, and it's a door that doesn't look like you should go out there, but you can go out there, and it'll take you right to the front of the ship, and you can get those views. And we went out there a few times, and there wasn't hardly anyone out there. So there are some, and I showed this in one of the vlogs, there are, like on this particular ship, there was probably 8 cabins right across the front that are what they call obstructed view, ocean views. And the reason it's obstructed is because there's a walkway there. There's nothing blocking your view, but there's a walkway there. So there could be people right there. But I would recommend, if you're, trying to save money for excursions, or you're just trying to, cruise in a, least expensive way, would be to get one of those obstructed view cabins, because you honestly almost have your own balcony. All you have to do is come out your cabin and walk out that side door, and you have a view right there. So just keep that in mind for Alaska, that I don't think it's necessary. It was nice to have. It really was, especially for July, because it wasn't too cold. It was really nice to have. We could go out and look for whales. We went out just to relax, to look through, when we're traveling through the fjord, this and that. But like those first 2 days, we really weren't out there because it was too cold. And then if you're cruising in July, you have a chance for more rain. You could get rained out too. So just consider that. Let's see. Life with V. I need the fun ship for Alaska in September. You're going in September, this September? Yeah, you'll have to let us know how the weather is. I'm curious to know for September. I'm not trying to cruise on the AARP ship. I wasn't going to say that, but it was kind of an AARP ship. It was very different. The demographics, just off top of my head, if I had to give you a number, I would say that it was probably 5 to 7% minority. And I would say well over 60, 70% were probably 50 years or older. So it's definitely a different vibe. Not to say don't do it, because everyone had a blast, but it's just totally different if you're looking for that Carnival fun. It's not the same. You're going to have to kind of make your own fun. And you'll see that, like I said, there's one snippet that I have of us at a deck party, and there's like 5 of us dancing. No one else wanted to get up. Mrs. L. Lewis, I guess I'll have to do that one after I get platinum, then I'll go with another cruise line. Yeah. How was the kids club? Okay, so the kids clubs, now this is what I loved. For this Alaskan cruise, I felt like the kids clubs were open more than any other cruise that we've been on. So literally, like when we did the Tracy Arm Fjord excursion, they opened at 7 a.m. So that was technically a port or an excursion. They opened at 7 a.m. They shut down at 5 p.m. And then they open back up from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. So if you do the kids club from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., you pay $7 an hour, which we never do that because we go to bed early. But yeah, they were open and doing activities. And the kids didn't spend much time with us at all when we were on the ship. They were in the kids club. Even Dyson, he doesn't tend to like to go to the kids clubs as much. Now, Andrew, that's like what he lives for, which I'm kind of sad about, because if you guys don't know, Andrew will be 18 next year. And at that point, they pretty much kick you out of the kids club. So, and, with him, being autistic, having developmental delays, like I wish they would extend that for those with special needs, because Andrew lives for, is it Club O2? He literally, Ron was like, one day he saw Andrew walking so fast down the hall. And he's like, "Where are you going, son?" And he's like, "Oh, it's time my club starts." So he's the first person in and the last person to check out. Like, it's serious for him. But yeah, no, they had great hours. They had all kinds of activities. There weren't a lot of kids. Yeah, this sailing probably had the least amount of kids that I've ever seen. The pool was never full. The one that was enclosed, you might have, I think the most that I saw in the pool was maybe 5 or 6 people. So like people were not getting in the pool, even the kids, like they weren't getting in the pool. And it was enclosed, so it was warm. So yeah, the kids club was really nice. I'm not a big party person, but a little Bruno Mars never hurt anyone. Sound like they could have used a little spice. Yeah, they definitely need a little bit of spice. Now they did play some oldies, and I love oldies. So they did play some oldies, but like the overall entertainment, karaoke was not. Karaoke was, not that we don't like this, but it was all country, all rock. Like that's what it was. The entertainers that perform like in the atrium or even outside of the casino bar, that area there, it was like violins, it was country. There was no variety for us on the ship as far as entertainment. So definitely keep that in mind. But they did play some oldies. So if you love oldies, like Motown type things, they did play some of that, which was nice. Let's see. All right, got a few more minutes. Nat Wash. Hey, I'm over 50. Hey, my husband's over 52. I'm not there yet, but no issues with those over 50 or anything like that. But when you're used to cruising a certain way, you just have to know that Alaska is going to look a lot different, that the demographics will look a lot different. But yeah, things were pretty expensive. Let me make sure I'm getting all these comments.
There was no loud partying in the cabin halls that we have seen on other young folks cruises. So I did like that because
yeah, it was quiet.
RP folks need to get to bed early.
Yeah, it was quiet, and I felt like everything really started to shut down by like 10 o'clock. I mean, they had things on the app where like they would have, and I've never made it to a nightclub on a cruise ship, but they had those activities going on. But just from what we saw on some of the other activities, it wasn't necessarily for us. But overall, I mean, like I said, it was fun. Our cruise director, his name was Andy. He was really, really good. And actually, he got promoted at the end of our cruise. He was the acting cruise director, and now he's the permanent one. He was really good. Like I said, I'm used to knowing the Fun Squad by name, and you see them all over the ship. It just wasn't. They did a lot of trivia on the sailing. And I took a screenshot or a video screenshot, and to show what like the activities we're planning for the day. I would tell you, like, each day there's probably 10 different sessions of trivia. I've never seen that on another Carnival Hub app where that's what all they do. All right, let's see. Make sure I get all the questions. Yes, Just Kaya. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining in, guys. And like I said, Just Kaya is about to go live here in a couple of minutes. And so it's House of X with Life of V and Edna's World. They're getting ready for Edna's groupcation. And so they're going to be sharing some information about that first-time cruisers need to know. And I'm actually going to hop off this and get on that one because, like I said, I always learn something new. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. And so that's really all I had. I just wanted to kind of share that. You'll hear a lot of this as I vlog, as you watch the series. But Alaska was better than I expected. Again, the ship was a little disappointing. The food was terrible. Now, with Carnival, you know that you're going to find something you like. But Carnival is not known for its gourmet food. We'll just put that out there. There was no Blue Iguana Cantina at all. And so if you guys follow, I literally eat a Blue Iguana burrito every morning because I can never find anything good on the buffet. They had no Blue Iguana. Now they had this Indian restaurant, and I think it was on my vlog this morning, Masala Tiger.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was the best food that we've ever had on a Carnival ship. We literally ate that every single day. It was so good. And I heard someone, I think Kaya mentioned that they've had these on the older ships. And so they need to bring that back. So it sounds like they've replaced that with Seafood Shack, but Seafood Shack has not been that great for me lately.
Terrible is a strong word. We can agree to say it was underwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very underwhelming. So I literally, for breakfast, 5 of the 7 days, we did the sea day brunch twice, and that was kind of, it wasn't like it normally is. You'll see on the vlogs, I had a bagel, cream cheese, and like cantaloupe. That was breakfast. So the food was not good. It wasn't seasoned. It was probably the worst food we've had on a Carnival. Even Guy's Burgers wasn't what it usually is, but it's like that Indian restaurant made up for it. All right, let me get ready to sign off here. Hi, Tripping with Dre Michelle. Thanks for stopping in. Sarah Ruth, thanks for all the info. Can't wait for my first cruise in August. Oh, which cruise are you getting on? I'm always excited to hear about first-time cruisers. That's exciting. So definitely go over to House of X if you're not subscribed already, guys. Go subscribe to Just Kaya TV. You have Sid Cruiser. You have House of X, Edna's World, Life with V. Who else is out here? There's Together We Travel. There's a lot of vloggers here, guys. If you can drop your, I don't know if you guys can drop your links, but yeah, there's a lot of us on here. So definitely feel free to subscribe. But Sarah, you can get a lot of good information from a lot of these channels. I really like that you do Carnival cruise videos with kids. Yeah, we try to keep our kids, active, and we try to travel with them. So for the most part, they're usually, wherever we go, they're usually with us. So Leonard family, no blue iguana. It's a no for me, dog. Love that for lunch. Yeah, no blue iguana. And I didn't realize that until the second day when I was trying to get breakfast. Where Blue Iguana is usually situated, that is the Pizza Pirate, which I'm not a huge fan of. Let's see. So guys, again, thanks for spending this hour with me. And if you were part of our premiere earlier, thanks again for joining us. I have a lot more that I could share. Sunrise, that's how I found you. Yeah, Sunrise. So that was one of our first real cruise vlogs. Prior to that, we did like St. Thomas, Puerto Rico. Those videos didn't do too well, but there's good information in those videos too. But we did the mom and son's Sunrise. So yeah, so thanks for finding us. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to sign off so you guys can, if you're available, hop onto those other channels. I'm gonna be on there as well. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be in New Orleans, so I'll be sharing. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at MHFamilyAdventures. I'll be sharing what we're doing in New Orleans when we get on board Carnival Valor. I might try to do a live stream from Carnival Valor. This cruise will be without the husband and kids, so it'll be a different kind of fun. But again, tomorrow part 2 will be out for the Splendor. But guys, again, we really do appreciate all the support we're getting. Our channel is growing. We're trying to get to 5K. We really appreciate if you would share out, if you have someone cruising that need information. I'm also a travel agent. We own our own travel agency, so you can always feel free to send me a message. Usually I put that in the description of our videos. So if you have questions about cruising or need some help booking, things like that, feel free to reach out to us. And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and get over to these other live streams happening tonight. I'm gonna sip on my fruit punch. All right, guys, we will see you guys later. Again, thanks for stopping in. You guys have a great weekend.